It's another manic Monday in the United States of anxiety, but we have outstanding breaking Joe Biden news. That's right, you heard me. I'm going to show that to you in a few seconds because isn't it just great when Joe Biden kicks Donald Trump right in the keister of one of his common talking points and narratives over his last 100 days. And yes, while Donald Trump was sleeping at Pope Francis's funeral, Joe Biden was saying, you know what, brother? When you mess with the bull, you get the horns. And that's what you're going to hear directly out of Joe Biden's mouth in just a few seconds. Before we get there, giving you a sense of what Trump has gone and his transition on Canada is the basis for what Joe Biden just did to Donald Trump. Take a quick listen to this.
Was it ever about stopping fentanyl at the border? Or an excuse to justify tariffs? If there's one thing Donald Trump has always believed in, it's tariffs. Here, before he was ever president in 2016.
Every single unit that comes across the border, you're going to pay a 35% tax on that unit, okay?
What has changed is how he views us. Remember?
We're going to work it out. It's going to be friendly. We love Canada. We love Canada. I love Canada.
But now he wants Canada, not by military force.
No. Economic force.
Once an ally, now a target. The parallels with Russia and Ukraine are hard to ignore. He admires the power Vladimir Putin is using to get what he wants. And Trump's new view of heroic Ukraine?
You got to be more thankful, because let me tell you, you don't have the cards.
He's telling Canada in his own way, he has the cards. He will cripple our economy. And then see what happens.
I would love to see Canada be the 51st state. I think the people of Canada would like it, if it's explained.
Save the explanation. Canada does have cards to play. The two countries are so interconnected, tariffs will hurt us both.
He's underestimating the Canadian people, the resilience of the Canadian people, and the strength of the Canadian people.
American investors are watching. Maybe the stock markets will make a difference. But numbers don't seem to matter to Trump. 0.5 ounces of fentanyl is all that's smuggled. He doesn't care that 20 million Canadians spend time and money in the U.S. each year. And Trump forgets that 158 Canadian soldiers died in Afghanistan fighting for our friend. Outside the U.S. Embassy in Ottawa, a demonstration of Canadian sadness and anger.
I cannot believe that our friend America would betray us like this.
The question is, will Americans come to realize not just the mutual economic harm, but the destruction of trust, self-inflicted and so unnecessary?
And while the classy Joe, dressed in black, was departing from Pope Francis's funeral, he wanted to give Donald Trump a little reminder of what it means to be an American when it comes to Canada. Check out this comment.
Canadian, we gotta say, Canada is an independent country.
Of course, an independent country. It's a great independent. If I ever defect, I'm going to Canada.
Thank you.
Of course, it's an independent country, and if I was going to defect, I'd go to Canada. Yeah, which is not, by the way, Donald, the 51st state for the United States of America, and it never will be. And whether you seem to like it or not, Donnie, Trainwreck, Dipstick, Joe Biden right now is so much more popular than you, it's going to make your head and your hair explode. But that's the truth, because you are destroying all of the work that, quite frankly, everyone in this country did, even the people who voted for Donald Trump over the 4 years that Biden was president, coming out of COVID and what we got to before people decided to think somehow you would be a better choice. And as we already know, yeah, not so much. It's not that a bunch of people are going to defect to Canada, and I certainly doubt that Joe Biden ever would. But just be reminded, Donald, there are a whole lot of Canadians in America, and there are a whole lot of families who are intersected and intra-oriented between Canada and the United States. And that comment about being very similar to Russia and Ukraine, yeah, that's exactly what it starts to feel like when you start picking on the perceived lesser, weaker neighbor. Canada still beats us in hockey far too often, and over 33% of the National Hockey League is Canadian. So you might want to take a check on that, Donnie, or Just take a lesson from Joe Biden. Canada is an independent country. You guys stay frosty.